A voyage in one of the most expensive supercars in the world is more than just a journey. It's an experience, a work of art, a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. And that's before you even step on the gas pedal. The year 2022 is proof that when it comes to hypercars, the sky's the limit. While the most costly luxury cars share some elements with their less expensive equivalents such as four wheels, doors, and a steering wheel, they stand out with those genuinely flashy, endlessly fascinating embellishments that blur the line between a vehicle and a work of art. Welcome to Billionista. If you love videos about luxury living, please subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a video. And don't forget to like and share too. Today, we are venturing into the world of expensive supercars, starting with number 1, Bugatti Lavatur Noir. It sold for a whopping 18.9 million, and there can't be many people out there with that kind of cha-ching. I mean, we can only dream of owning one of these stunning but extortionately expensive bad boys. But what did this customer obtain for that astronomical sum? Aside from that, only one of these cars was ever made, which isn't surprising given the price tag. It is fully featured with 4 turbochargers, 16 cylinders, 1,180 pounds per foot of torque, 1,500 horsepower, and the one-of-a-kind boast. The Lavatur Noir, translated as Black Car, is a homage to the first black car, which was manufactured in the early 20th century but vanished before World War II broke out and was never seen again. Even 110 years after its creation, that specific vehicle remains a source of legend and mystery. Bugatti created this one-of-a-kind work of art as an homage to that legendary car of the past, and the new car's staggering price tag cements its place in history as the most expensive new car of all time. The car was supposed to cost $12.5 million, but it ended up costing nearly $19 million by the time it was sold, after all of the taxes had been paid. You'd have to be quite the fanatic to buy this car. Number 2. Rolls-Royce Sweptail. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail is a huge luxury vehicle built in the UK in 2017. Before the black car topped the most expensive list, there was this one-off wonder. It was created for a so-called super yacht and aircraft specialist who asked for a customized car inspired by 1920s and 1930s coach building traditions. It made an appearance at the Ritzky car show, where it would be proclaimed to be the most expensive car in the world. The design of the Sweptail, which cost $13 million, was based on the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe, and it was built by hand in a painstakingly slow and methodical manner over 4 long years. It has been defined by people who work in the industry as a vehicle that is comparable to high fashion, and that characterization is not too far from the truth. If the general components of something like a dress or a motor car are the same as a regular version of that something, then to charge such an exorbitant price, each part of it must be handmade and unique at the very least. This applies whether the thing in question is a dress or a car. Number 3. Mercedes Maybach Excelero. This vehicle has appeared in music videos and has been owned by several different rap artists. It has also made cameo appearances in anime and plenty of videos uploaded to YouTube. It was first shown to the public in 2005 at a vehicle show in Berlin, and it's difficult to suppose that anyone didn't at least have a glimmer of a suspicion that the designer had been inspired in some way, shape, or form by the Batmobile. Stola and Daimler Chrysler worked together to produce the high-performance sports vehicle known as the Maybach Excelero. A German automaker that is no longer in business was the manufacturer of the twin-turbo V12 engine that powered the Excelero. This engine gave the Excelero a top speed of 218 miles per hour and an acceleration from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just about 4.4 seconds. Mercedes-Benz now owns Maybach. The car was said to cost a stunning $8 million. This was quite a unique car on the outside, but on the inside, it was just as fancy as the inside would be, which was the other key component of this vehicle's appearance, built using dark and red leather, neoprene, black carbon fiber, and aluminum accents for the construction. Number 4. Bugatti Divo. These individuals have established a dominant position in the market for extremely expensive high-performance vehicles. Despite the competition, they continue to produce some of the world's quickest and most luxurious luxury automobiles. It was designed with the original Bugatti Type 57 ST Atlantic and the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo as its primary source of inspiration. The Bugatti Divo is designed with a primary focus on its ability to perform on the racetrack. This car can reach a top speed of 236 miles per hour, and when traveling at that speed, it generates a downforce equal to 1,005 pounds. They were produced simultaneously with the Chirons at the Bugatti factory throughout the entirety of the restricted production, and the very last one was scheduled to roll off the assembly line in July 2021. Thus, this vehicle has a lot in common with the Bugatti Chiron. But where it falls short in terms of luxury, it makes up for it in terms of its ability to be both lightweight and aerodynamically efficient. The Divo is a racing car with a storied history that was only produced in a limited edition of 40 copies. Given that each one retails for a mind-boggling $5.8 million, it is pretty astounding that all of them were pre-sold before the car was introduced to the general public as a production model. Number 5. Mercedes with 300,000 diamonds. In 2007, the Mercedes-Benz SL 550 model was celebrating its 50th anniversary, and this particular model was created to honor that milestone. It was fully adorned with 300,000 diamonds, and the interiors were covered in mink. According to reports, the total value of this car and its elaborate customizations was only $4.8 million. It is in the running for the title of the vehicle that has the most expensive interior. Amir Al-Walid bin Talal bin Abdul Aziz is the owner of this Mercedes. He is clearly a humble individual who does not go in for excess. Even his collection of cars only consists of 50 different cars. Do you think the cars mentioned so far are worth the exclusive price tags? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 6. Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. This car is the Lamborghini version of a racing prototype that was constructed for the road. It has been carefully designed to boost airflow and downforce, which has resulted in the car having increased stability and improved drivability in general. Back in the middle of the 2010s, Lamborghini created a total of 9 of its Veneno Roadsters. The price tag of each one was a staggering $4.5 million. Because of its outrageous price tag, the Veneno Roadster was one of the most expensive production cars in all of the world at the time it was manufactured. And in contrast to certain other supercars on the market, these do not appear to be experiencing the same problems with depreciation as the others do. There was once one available on the market, appearing for sale at Sotheby's auction house. It was then valued at between $5 and $6 million, and of course, it had been owned by a Saudi prince. Number 7. McLaren P1 LM. This one wasn't quite a production car. It was made in a limited quantity for a specific market in the UAE, the USA, Japan, and the UK. They only produced a total of 5 of the P1 LM, which cost $3.6 million each. This McLaren P1 GTR is basically a track racing vehicle, although it is street legal. Just what sort of amenities would you anticipate finding in a vehicle that's primarily intended for racing on a track, besides the fact that it has the extraordinary capability of killing you in record time, or, at the absolute least, of earning you a slew of speeding tickets and adding points to your license? It has few other redeeming qualities. The car is indeed quite fast. In fact, that is one of the primary selling points of the vehicle. This was proven when the P1 finished the race around the Silverstone circuit in 58.24 seconds, which was just ahead of the car's closest competitors, which were the LaFerrari and the 918 Spider. Number 8. Lykan Hypersport. The interior of a car would of course be worthless without platinum, gold, and silver accents, as well as diamonds. Indeed, the Lykan Hypersport comes complete with its own set of precious metals and luxury jewels. What's more, the diamonds on this car weren't just tucked away inside. They were also strewn around the surface, embedded in the LED optics, and embellishing every nook and cranny. It's important to note that not all supercars are meant to be just fast. Some are designed to be fast and sparkle. Just because of the lavish use of precious metals and jewels, this is one of the most costly cars in the world at $3.4 million. Scarcity has been employed by the makers to drive up the price of this product. Only 7 of these Lycan Hypersports were ever made. This is a brilliantly simple approach to grab the attention of the endlessly bored and egocentric persons with fat enough wallets to enjoy such a vehicle. Number 9. Aston Martin Valkyrie, $3 million. The manufacturing of the Aston Martin Valkyrie was the result of a combined effort between British car makers, Red Bull Racing Advanced Technologies, and several other smaller partner businesses, combining the time-honored aesthetics of an Aston Martin with the passion for competition that the Red Bull team possesses led to the conception of this plan, which entailed the creation of a vehicle that was optimized for racing, but could also be driven on public roads. The end product was a vehicle that its creators claim is the fastest car that may legally be driven on public roads anywhere around the globe. Number 10. Bugatti Veyron Mansory Vivere LE. The racket of selling expensive cars is the business that everyone wants to be in. This car was classified as a strictly limited edition. All this exclusivity almost certainly ensures that there will be a line of customers eager to be one of the fortunate people who get to fork out $3.4 million for the privilege of owning one. They assert that this represents the absolute zenith of engineering skill and craftsmanship, blended with luxury in such a way that it could only be accomplished by Bugatti. They brag about having the most exquisitely hand-picked materials and the most elegant interior that has ever been created, as well as all of the valuable moments behind the wheel that you will have, which, if we're being honest, ought to be the top priority in a car. If all you need is a place to sit, your best bet is to invest in a good couch. You should know that the Mansory was developed with performance and visual design as the primary focus, and it's a lovely car in its own right. So Billionistas, which of these expensive cars do you like best? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this time. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time!